select no, so you have to fill all the information again according to your business unit. Here you can see that display previous primary assignment data in the assignment page during the work relationship creation. Okay, and if you select no, so we have to create the work relationship. Now let's click yes, and then we're going to move on. So you can see by default the existing assignment will have the inactive payroll eligible status. Okay, so it does not give you a error while processing the payroll for your employee, because we are transferring the employee from one legal employer to the another legal employer. So one legal employer's payroll is going to be the deactive. Okay, now let's click OK. Okay, so here you can see these 4 steps you have to fill while processing the global transfer. So these information already filled because we select in the copy assignment detail as yes, and if you select no, these information we have to fill again. Okay, because the identification number. Forward as a consultant, then you can remain the selection. If you want to change, as a part-time name. And
can you tell if this was made by AI? We made an AI-generated content detector.
okay, location approved. When you are hiring the simplified candidate, save a business both time or out the recruitment time phase, you identify the hiring and other benefit. A good job description group your organization and employee and start working in the organization. To successfully manage the recruiting to onboarding process for your application process is an important. So now let's just go to map them to the candidate are taken through the as quickly as optimize related to your industry and roles that you have to call. Basically, it's a ground check. Cost is also there, so the costs are associated with insurance status, etc. Process for your date. ₹5. The real scientific and higher requisition topic to managing hiring manager by the numbers here, like how many employee you want to hire in this 1, 2, 3 or 5. So you have to define the numbers here. Then here is the language. If you want to change it, then you can change from here, and otherwise just click on the continue option to move forward. Okay, here is the hiring team. So you have to select your hiring manager. Okay, you can just remove the current name and then find, but I'm going to select as hiring manager Curtis Whitty as a hiring manager here. Then here you have, if you want to change the organization, select the Curtis Whitty. Okay, and then you can just click on the continue. So I'm going to select professional and change the family. Okay, then types of work type, find regular or temp. Point travel is required or not. Is work during, these are the description, and so you have to define the, okay, there is no job, and so that is the only.
शानदार ऑनलाइन एक्शन गेम वॉर थंडर आपके उबाऊ सप्ताह के दिनों को खत्म करने के लिए तैयार है। प्रसिद्ध जापानी बैटलशिप यामातो मैदान।
Here you can see new to review average. Now, if we go down, then here you can see the head counts. You can see by business unit, department, and hiring also. So this is all about the today's session, the hiring process. What is the hiring scope and holds in the Now let's click on the create start specialist. Go here and open the setup and maintenance area. Okay, now let's search for the salary basis. Now let's click on the create option. So here we have to give the name. It's like Fusion monthly. It automatically comes accordingly. And here we have to select the legislative. So we are creating for the US legislation. Select it and add there. Here we have to select the salary basis type. So here you have 4 types. If you select salary amount is determined by the user, then you can see here 2 options are available: element mapping and salary range. And if you select the salary amount determined by the increment component, so you can see you have to add the component, like selected a specific component to display during the allocation, or enable component selection during the allocation. So what are the component here? You can see that you have to click on the add icon. So here you can see the adjustment are there: the cost of living, the equity, the location, market, merit, progression, promotion, structure. Okay. And here you can see the display sequence is automatically provided when you select the second option, enable component selection during allocation. Now if I change, the salary amount is determined by a simple component. Okay, so here you have to add the component and map the element, and then you have to provide the salary range here. Okay, so we are going to see that because we are going to create the salary amount is determined by the simple component, and here in the salary amount is determined by the rates. So here you have to add the rates. Okay, so first you have to create those rates in the rate definition page, then you can able to search here and add it. Okay, here you can see these are already created one. So now let's just change this and click on the salary amount is determined by the simple component. Then what is the frequency? So it's going to be the monthly. Okay, and for the monthly, annualization factor is at 12. If I select annually, so annualization factor is going to be 1. Okay, and according for the weekly, it's going to be the 52. Okay, so if you are creating the weekly, then you can select the weekly frequency here, but we are creating for the monthly. So this is the annual factor, and there is a rounding rule calculation, then let's value rounding rule and salary range violation behavior. So if your salary range is above the limit, then it's going to be give you a warning, or going to give you an error, or it's going to allow you. Okay, it doesn't give you any warning and error. You can just move forward to the next step. But if you select as a 1, so if your salary range, if your salary is below from the range, it also warn you, and above from the range, in that situation, it also warn you. Okay, now here let's just click on the add icon, and here you have to give the sequence. Okay, and here you have to select the component. You can select user enter. Okay, the user percentage also, and other option fixed amount, fixed percentage, overall salary, progression rate, level. Okay, also there. Then it affect on overall salary, so it's going to be the add or subtract or no effect. Here you can, and here you can give the default value. So when you add this salary basis to the element, so it's going to give some value there, not the 0. Okay, let's add one more to give the sequence then. The user enter percentage and applies to the basic salary. Okay, now let's add one more. Then you can select the city allowance or transport allowance, and also user enter amounts, and it apply on the basic salary. Okay, now you have to select the last one. It's going to be the overall salary here, and here also it's overall salary. Okay, so other option is going to be disabled. Now we have to move to the element mapping. Here you can map your one payroll element. Okay, and here in the input value, we are going to select the amount. Okay, all the information related that it's automatically populated when you select the values here in the fields. Now we are going to move to the salary range. Here you have to select the grade rate. So these are the grade rate for your US legislation. That is for the hourly, that is for the salary. You can see all the grade associated with automatically comes here. These are the minimum value, midpoint and maximum value, and here you can see the adjusted range option. Okay, so here you have the salary differential option. Here you can give the effective as of date or date here. Then these are the information, the properties, and the base range here. Okay, so here you have to select the differential profile as differential option, and then here you can see it's available. So what is that? Basically, it's to differentiate your salary based on your location. For different location, your salary is going to be the reduce or exceed. Okay, what is the differentiate between the minimum and maximum value? So it's, if you select the differential profile, you can see the variation in the salary. Okay, now we have to click on the save. Okay, it's going to be the 40. It's 0 there. Now let's click on the save and close option. So let's search for the salary basis we just created here. Here you can see that now we have to hire one employee, and then we have to allot the salary basis to that employee. Okay, so for that we are going to just go to the home page.
अगर आप आर्किटेक्ट हैं या इंटीरियर डिजाइनर हैं, क्या आप जानते हैं आज के समय आपके हर एक क्लाइंट की एक नीड है, वो है वास्तु। अगर आपको वास्तु का ज्ञान नहीं है तो वो एक वास्तु कंसल्टेंट अलग से हायर करते हैं और आपको अलग से हायर करते हैं।
And in the my client group you have hiring option, and here you can see hire an employee option, and here you can see the new person. Okay, so hire an employee and new person you can hire. These are the both options. From here you can hire the new employee. Okay, so here you can select the hire an employee option, and there are some other options: contingent worker, pending worker, and non-worker. Here you have to give the effective as of date and hire action, hire reason, who's the legal employer. Okay, worker type is automatically populated here because if you select there the contingent hiring contingent worker, then in the worker type here it's contingent written. Okay, here you have to give the name of the employee, last name and first name, and here you have to give the date of birth. So it's month, date and year. It's going to be 01. Okay, and here you have to give the national identifiers, so social security number, and here you have to fill the employee's home address, personal information we can say. So when we add the zip code, the state, city and county is automatically populated here. Okay, here you can give the phone detail, the email detail, here is the legislative information, okay, and citizenship and visa information you can give there. Now we can go to the next page. Here we can give the payroll relationship details, the assignment. So first we have to select the business unit name. Assignment number is going to be automatically populated. So we are hiring for the US. So we are going to find the US 1 business unit here. In the person type, here you can select the type also, a different type. Okay, this is the assignment status. Here you have, if you want to inactive, deactive, suspend, you can select the other option as well. Here you can select any position. Okay, so we have to select another one, but you can see all the information automatically populated because of the position synchronization. If position synchronization is available, then all the other information like the job, see here, synchronize from position, it's yes here. If I select no here, then other information is going to be removed. Okay, but I just select yes here. Okay, so if you want to edit the job or the departments, you can select the no, and then that editable box is appeared there for that. Okay, here the grade step progression is involved. Here you can select the grade, okay, for your employee. So for this position these grade are available. Okay, they progress according to the steps like MGMT 05, MGMT 06 and 07. Then reporting establishment, so you can select here US1, it's worker category, so it's a white collar worker. Here salary paid or hourly, so salary is the working hours and frequency, what is the standard working hours, the FTE, the head count, start time and end time, all the information you can fill here. If you go down below, here you can see the manager detail, so you can allot the manager. And in the type you can select it's a line manager, project manager, regional manager, mentor, relationship, or the resource manager and the legal relationship. You can select the type there. If you just go down below here, you have to select the tax reporting unit. Without, if you do not provide the payroll information here, you are not able to run the payroll for the employee. So it's not mandatory here, but it's a mandatory thing for running the payroll process. Okay, then we have to go to the next, and that is what happened now? Fill all the information.
really activate your natural healing system and manage lifestyle diseases just through natural methods and diet?
Of course. See, there are three things that you need to understand if you want to live a disease-free life. The first thing is you have to have an alkaline body. And body can only be made alkaline through only one thing, that is oxygen. And we get oxygen only from three things: the food you eat, the water you drink, and the way you breathe. Now, all three are important, but what is that one which is free of cost? That is breathing. So food and water can be adulterated, but if you can first manage your breathing, you should be able to hold your breath for 4-5 minutes, 6 minutes. If
Which job ID we have? Where is the location ID? The information. Okay. So just let's start it. Oh, we have to into C. So in simple transfer, we can change the employee's assignment. We can change the income cell basis. So here you have to, let's specify here for the US legislation. Obviously going to impact the employee's salary. Okay, currently it's 98,000 yearly annual salary. Now what we have to do, we have to
Have you ever been frozen or paralyzed by fear? Well, I have. It's an all too common experience.
click on the review option to review the information. We change information current simple. So here we have, and here like, okay, now here change the job. Here you can select employer work relationship and transfer, or we can say local transfer. So it's a salary, we change its location. Employee on employee salary, employer we can say the work relationship. Okay, so when you change the employee's grade accordingly, so its impact on employee salary. Go to the update, select the action. Here you can find the promotion. Okay, what means we we are some personal reason. Okay, so this is a notification from my so you can tell entity. Also management option.
Imagine creating 3D characters faster than ever with absolute ease, with any look, style, and shape.
So but I'm just going to call it that way. Okay. Can perform from the migrant, but here just like here you can see action design, graduation, and here you can see other ones also. But it is correct and also some notification. So notification if you want to add user access option, so you can and see the digital navigation from here, and you can click you can see comment and chat to yes. Calculation card. He has the polling exams card and the crime card. Okay. Here you see balance he has the CPU and okay, this design is not complicated. Okay, is something wrong. Just try.
लग रहा है मर जाए चल नहीं है बस जो कहने हैं वही है क्या करें किसको सुनना है किसको
एक दादी से मिला वो दादी बोली कि मुझे नहीं लगता है कि ये ठंड में कोई मुझे सुबह लेके जाएगा लेकिन बाबू अगर मेरा पति से लेके चले जाना कोल माइनस कंपनी थी ट्राइबल कंपनी थी बहुत से ऐसे बुजुर्ग हैं जिनका कोई नहीं है उनको ना कोई खाना देने वाला होता है ना कोई पीने वाला होता है वो पहाड़ और मैदानों के बीच में रहते हैं ठंड यहाँ पे अन्य जगहों से बहुत ज़्यादा होता है और ऐसे में ठंड लिए ये बहुत बड़ी मुसीबत के बराबर होता है। रात को भी दीवार में चिपक के बैठे रहते हैं कि कैसे भी करके मेरा रात ये गुजर जाए। अब पिछले 10 साल से कोल माइनर्स कम्युनिटी ट्राइबल कम्युनिटी में जो कुछ बच्चे रह रहे हैं उनके लिए मैं काम कर रहा हूँ। इनके लिए गर्म कपड़े, कंबल, स्वेटर जो भी हमसे बन पाता है हम लोग इनके लिए करते हैं। लेकिन ये आबादी बहुत ज़्यादा है और संसाधन हमारे पास में बहुत कम है। आप सभी के द्वारा भेजा गया स्वेटर या कंबल इनके लिए सिर्फ गर्म कपड़ा नहीं है, इनके लिए जीने का नया उम्मीद है।
Start time and end time is 8:30, 5:30. Okay. Sense record. Let's check. Okay, so they are 15:20. Okay, let's try to. There's something wrong, that's why how it's calculated. Oh, let's try, otherwise just run the payroll. The error is because the employee doesn't have this year absence balance, that's why we're not able to submit. Okay, now it's correct. Yeah, but there is wrong with the in action meeting you have withdraw option as well. Okay. Let's search for the employee. Now let's run the payroll. Okay.
Suffer from acidity or bloating even though you have stopped eating fried and spicy food. And to get relief from all this, you rely heavily on antacids and digestion syrups. These may provide temporary relief, but having constant acidity, bloating, fatigue, and anxiety are signals from your body that something is wrong. Your health problems aren't permanent, you are just solving them the wrong way. Hello, My name is Vishal Saini and I am the founder of Go Nature. With over 12 years as a registered naturopath, I have helped over 20,000 people improve their health naturally. And in my upcoming 3-hour natural healing system workshop, you will be learning something very awesome. First, methods to access your body's natural healing abilities. Second, natural ways to detoxify and boost your energy. Third, the connection between your mind and body. You know what? The importance of nutrition in healing is very, very important. All of this is available for just 47 rupees. If you are ready to improve your health, click the link below to register and I will see you inside the workshop.
Okay, because of that timing, I think we are not able to run the payroll for that employee. Now let's just try one more time. Okay, because application is not allow us to actually apply leave for between the assignment dates. I don't know why. Okay. Let's try with another employee.
हेलो दोस्तों, हम तिरपुर के टी शर्ट कंपनी हैं। हम हमारे टी शर्ट्स खुद सिलवा के ऑनलाइन वेबसाइट में बेचते हैं। हमारे खुद के ऑनलाइन वेबसाइट है www.pitshirts.in, जिसका लिंक आप ये वीडियो के नीचे देख सकते हैं। हम प्योर कॉटन टी शर्ट्स बनाते हैं। हमारे पास पोलो टी शर्ट्स विथ पॉकेट हैं, पॉकेट वाला टी शर्ट है, फुल स्लीव वाला पॉकेट टी शर्ट है, राउंड नेक बेसिक टी शर्ट है, पैजामा पैंट है, शॉर्ट्स है, 3/4 शॉर्ट्स है, शर्ट्स है, वाइट शर्ट्स है, हर सब कुछ प्योर कॉटन का मटेरियल भी है और पॉलिस्टर हाई क्वालिटी मटेरियल एक्टिव वेयर भी है। ये सब हम खुद सिलवा के ऑनलाइन में बेचते हैं। फुल ऑल ओवर इंडिया हम फ्री डिलीवरी में बेचते हैं। हमारे टी शर्ट के प्राइस ₹250 250 से शुरू होएगा। साइज वाइज रेट्स का फ़र्क आएगा। बड़े साइज में बड़ा रेट्स आएगा। आप नीचे हुए लिंक पे क्लिक करके हमारे वेबसाइट में ले सकते हैं।
Okay, now we just applied for the leave. Let's just try to run the payroll for the employee. Okay, let's first go to the previous one. The application is very slow. Let's take a look in our next session, the payroll process. I'm going to explain in our next session because the application is like very slow. Sorry for the session. Hello everyone, welcome to BSP Solution. Today we are going to talk about the employee termination process. So there are two ways in Oracle Fusion HCM to terminate employees. So when you terminate a person's work relationship, you and all of the person's assignment in the work relationship. So human resources specialist can terminate people by using the existing termination quick action or the new terminate employment quick action on the My Client Group. But the line manager can terminate their workers by selecting either the termination or terminate employment quick action on the My Team tab. So what happened when you terminate a work relationship? So the work relationship and its associated assignment become inactive the next day after the termination, and user access and roles are revoked after the termination date. But you can change this. You can revoke the person's access earlier or much later than the termination date. And also the enterprise and legal employer service period end on the termination date. The person becomes an ex-worker for the legal employer. So if you use Oracle Payroll, the payroll administrator gets a notification about the termination, which is the administrator queue to terminate the person's payroll. So if the person has many work relationship and you want to terminate all of them, you must terminate the primary one last. Okay, first you have to terminate all of the first one. So let's just move to the application. Here you can go to the My Client group and go to the person management option. Search for the person whom you want to terminate. Okay, so
बाबू मर जाएंगे, बड़ी जान लग रहा है।
hello everyone, welcome to KSP Solution. Today we are going to see the payroll process, how we can run the payroll process for the employee. So first we are going to see the payroll process for the existing one. Then we are going to hire an employee, new employee, and associate the salary basis of. Click on the show option. And the name salary group. First one here, specific here you can see it's going to. These are the things you have to get. Now, so these are things we can. Let's just go to the basics. Here you can see this is the amount. See this. Here you can review your all the information. Okay, so the salary detail, and then you can submit it. Oh, I hope everything is clear.